Details continue to emerge about the secret meeting that a Fulton County judge had with the Fulton County DA's office. And of course, it's Fulton County, so we're talking about the infamous Fani Willis. Now, these revelations are now starting to show just how corrupt the justice system is over there. And it really just kind of makes you question as to why these are the people that are in power. I mean, like, I understand that they were voted in, but they're really showing an insane amount of bias within the courtroom, guys, like where things should actually be fair, and it's not. And it's also kind of reminding us how former President Donald Trump has been treated with his cases. I mean, he's been called all the names in the book before a conviction has even been announced, which really doesn't surprise a lot of us because this could be a political hit job against Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like, now what's really surprising is the amount of secrecy that happens behind closed doors. The news that you and I don't really get because it's being suppressed. And it's probably the same reason why defense attorney Brian Steele was told off by Judge Ural Glanville for not sharing information about him. Now, as you guys might remember, Brian Steele, he was made aware of a secret meeting that the judge had with a witness and the prosecution team. Now, the defense was not supposed to be told about this meeting because it was an ex parte conversation. However, the defense argued that this was not fair to their client. In fact, Brian Steele, the attorney, he even likened the courtroom to communist Russia recently. Unbelievable. Here's what he had to say about Judge Glanville. Check this out.
Every time Mr. Copeland comes in the courtroom or out of the courtroom, he's escorted by a DA's office investigator. You see that? This court is observant. You're not just sitting there in a cloud. You see exactly what's going on. You hear the prosecutor tell you, we were in a room with Mr. Copeland and he said these things. Why?
Okay.
Why do I have to bring it up? You should be bringing it up. This is crazy. This is like communist Russia. Mr. Williams is having the worst trial. So I'm moving again to stop intimidating the witness by the prosecution, leave people alone, and stop accusing. You've allowed the prosecutor Love to accuse me of misconduct.
Oh, but you've also accused her of hold on. You have accused her of misconduct as well. And remember what I told you about your professional responsibility. Remember what I told you about your. And she's going to take me down as opposed to you. So when I start talking, stop talking, please. Okay? I'll let you complete your record. Okay?
I understand the one party talking. I got it.
All right. Okay. All right. So I told you, several times before, I told you and your colleagues, remember your professional responsibility and let's not make this an ad hominem issue. I don't believe that either one of you are trying to do anything that would subvert your ability to practice law. So, but.
Ms. Love has intentionally lied to the court numerous cases. You do nothing.
Hold on. Let him finish. See, this is Mr. Steele. This is exactly what I'm saying. You cannot. It is not a good idea to state that your brethren across the bar are lying.
I want to ask you guys, do any of you guys believe that the DA's team is lying here? I mean, it's not like they take after their boss, right? But really surprised you to know that deputies inside this secret meeting were told to turn off their body cameras. Can you believe this, guys? Like, many are already wondering why that would ever be necessary within a court's jurisdiction. I mean, unless, of course, they're trying to hide something. Now, in the defense team's motion to remove Judge Glanville from the case, they discussed this possibility because the court is not giving the defense team any access to the recordings that have been done during the secret meeting. Why is that? Now, I believe that they've been essentially asking for more than a week now, yet the judge won't budge. Why won't the judge budge, guys? Which really kind of begs the question, is he just simply, not giving the defense team this recording? Or how about this? What if it doesn't even exist? I mean, at the very least, there should be some kind of a transcript of this entire ex parte conversation, right? A meeting that lasted more than an hour, possibly even 2 hours. And now we know exactly who was in that room. Records now show that the only parties present were the court's official reporter, representatives from the state, the witness, Mr. Kenneth Copeland, aka Lil Woody, and his counsel. Now, this was not shared willingly to the defense by the prosecution. And it's also why there's so many questions as to what's happening over there, because this is clearly not fair, guys. Many legal analysts agree with the defense team. And just to kind of prove how strange this entire case is, Ashley Merchant, y'all remember Ashley, right? So Ashley Merchant, who you may know through Donald Trump's election interference case, defended Brian Steele. And she came in the clutch, guys. Ashley Merchant is sharp as a tack. Judge Glanville, he was forcing Steele to essentially share information that he didn't want to share. And he was also going by what the law allows him to say. But this judge wanted him in jail because of this. So Ashley Merchant essentially argued that the judge couldn't hold Steele in criminal contempt. He could, however, hold him in civil contempt, but this does not allow him to hold the attorney in jail. Now, this led to the judge walking out for like 45 minutes, maybe an hour or so. And when he came back, he pretty much doubled down and said that, hey, this is going to be criminal contempt. He stuck by his guns. And this is something that the onlookers find absolutely insane. And as I said just a second ago, the secret meeting, it lasted for more than an hour, guys. Some people are saying that it may have gone at least 2 hours. Now, in a joint affidavit from Brian Steele and Keith Adams, he stated what he believed happened inside this meeting. Like Kenneth Copeland, he said that, hey, he didn't have any intentions of testifying, even if he was held in contempt. And this is where the court and lawyers from the district attorney's office pretty much took action. It said that Adrian Love and or Simon Hilton from the DA's office ignored Copeland's decision. They told him he would be held in custody until he testifies. Either that or he has to wait until all 26 indicted persons' cases are resolved. That could take over a year. I mean, think about this for a second. When they realized that the judge was present, this was actually said to a witness, guys. Okay? So Steele and Adams called it a threat to Copeland, pretty much saying that, hey, he should play by their rules or ultimately suffer the consequences. Now, they described it as witness intimidation, coercion, and that the judge was, at that time, a member of the prosecution team. Part of this affidavit called on to include the court, Adrian Love and Simon Hilton to the witness list, because the defense team wants them to testify as to what happened inside the room. And we all know that the prosecution team got what it wanted because Copeland changed his mind and decided to testify, which now leads me to the really messed up part where it says that it was the judge who gave Copeland a written copy of the statute on crimes of perjury as well as false swearing. Can you believe this, guys? He was in on it. And it explains why he got so pissed off when he found out that the defense knew of this secret conversation. I knew that there was something that the judge didn't want to get out, and this is it. Or at least this is part of it, because there's a lot more. Because he's going to be in so much trouble for this one alone. And the same could be said for DA Fani Willis's team. Now, I want to ask you guys, do you believe that any judge should be doing something like this with a key witness? Because a lot of people would argue that this is just corruption within Georgia's justice system. And action has to be taken now because this is embarrassing for everyone involved. Now, speaking of which, DA Fani Willis is again making headlines for giving Trump everything he needs for the 2024 presidential election. At the same time, she's pretty much digging herself into more problems as more information is coming out about, her own corruption in Fulton County. Now, I did a previous video where I discussed this, and you guys should definitely check that one out right after this one. I'll leave a link for you guys down below. But as always, guys, I really appreciate all the support, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Y'all take care.